Now, this episode was Quad's exit of the show, and I watched the Carlos King interview, and I'll say that I don't know if it helped or hurted Quad to be over there talking to Carlos King. Is y'all ready to talk about this episode of Married to Medicine, child? Cheer the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just boast it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just the boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV back with another review, and we are doing Married to Medicine, season 10, I think. And I forgot the episode. I don't even know why I be trying to pronounce it or announce it on the beginning of these things, girl, because I don't be remembering half the time. But anyway, this is Married to Medicine, and this is Quad. Quad was kicked off the ship of Married to Medicine, and she was hurt. She said she was hurted. She didn't understand why these girls were her friends. And I'm sitting here saying, no, they were not Quad. Quad. It's like I feel two ways about it. I gotta be honest, you guys. I feel bad for Quad because the way they did that was wrong. I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like they kind of ganged up on her and was like, "Hey, girl, yeah, you fired." It's almost like they gave her 3 taps on the shoulder and was like, "Go ahead on, clock out, fat," you know. And I felt like to bring the girl all the way to California to tell her that was wrong. Y'all could have did that back in Atlanta at a dinner or a brunch or something like that. However, I watched Quad on that Married to Medicine, well, not Married to Medicine, on that Carlos King's interview. And I've also heard the other ladies speak multiple times about how Quad basically would not show up or not call them, I'm sorry, and then show up to the set late and then be like, girl, I'm here for my check. And if that is true, in watching Carlos King's interview with Quad, seeing that Quad does not know like she's so afraid, she has an accountability or phobia or something like that. Like knowing that, then Quad is par for the course. You couldn't even answer the questions directly about Mariah. Like, you couldn't even say, yeah, I now understand what Mariah went through. You couldn't even say that, Quad. You was just kind of like, well, you know, you reverted always back to you. And I think that's your biggest downfall, Quad. And, you know, we acted like we didn't need the check, but it's obvious that we do, you know. And I think that the other people getting in it and, you know, and Dr. G feeling so, like, vindicated, I don't think that that's right. But ultimately, Quad, we are here because of you, Quad. And that's just what I believe. But anyway, let's get into the episode. There was some things going on I want to touch on. And then, we'll get to Quad. Let's get into the episode. So now the episode picks up where we left off. They're at dinner with Quad and they're trying to explain to Quad that, girl, you're saying you don't have an emotional connection with any of us. We're saying there's no emotional connection with you. So like, what is it that like you would like to do to resolve this? Like, what are we doing? Where are we heading? And I don't know who made Dr. Simone the spokesperson of this group, but she's very direct and she's very straight up like, Quad, girl, you don't really deal with none of us. You just don't. You've been very dismissive to us. You've been very like, you know, every time we try to come to you and say, hey girl, this is what's been going on, you always some way revert it back to you, you know, and it's not fair. And the girls feel like they're not being heard, you know, and it just is what it is. Quad has to learn that, hey, maybe I am hurt as well. But sometimes when it pertains to me worried about me and taking accountability for my actions, because there's always 2 people that takes part in any type of situation, maybe she needs to just focus on that. That's what Quad needs to work on. Quad does not want to do that. Quad is saying, well, I was hurt too. We know that, Quad. Every time you get the microphone, you make a whole monologue about how you were hurt. I think the girls are past that. It's just like, hey girl, we need you to take accountability for what you've done to us as well. It wasn't a situation like it's just all on you. Now, they bring up the fact that she said some things on the last reunion about Toya and all these other things. And it's just like, but it's me, but woe is me, but what about me? But they've done things to me. Quad. I know you feel blindsided. And I know you feel like you're being like maligned. And honestly, you have every right to feel that way because that is literally what they're doing. They're blindsiding you and they're maligning you. They did not have to bring you out to California to tell you these things. They could have literally did this back in Atlanta, but they chose to do so. And here we are. Now, Quad is saying she wished that, she can get back to the old them. And I'm just saying, girl, Quad, you said it yourself. The old y'all was like how many years ago? Like, come on now. Are we serious right now? Like, listen, these are the facts. Quad have distanced herself from these girls a long, long time ago. I believe at one time she had some sort of a camaraderie with Dr. Heavenly, but Dr. Heavenly feel like, Dr. Jackie keep telling her, hey girl, she using you. Dr. Heavenly brought up her factor saying, hey girl, yeah, you only called me when you couldn't get in touch with Phaedra. It was a whole, you know what I mean? It was almost like, I just need that in and I'm going to use Dr. Heavenly as an avenue to get in. And I understand why the girls feel like that. 1,000,000,000,000%. Two things can be true at once. One is that Quad, you feel like you're being targeted. You feel like you're being unfairly judged. And that can be true. And then also, they can also feel like you've used them. So anyways, they get back to the room. Toya got the original 4 plus Phaedra. Why is Phaedra there in that meeting? Just out of curiosity. If this was an original 4 meeting, the OG group, why is Phaedra there? No shade. I like Phaedra, but why is she there, Ike? Why is she there? But anyway, Toya's talking to the girls about how things went at dinner. And basically, what's her name? Dr. Simone was like, this the first time I really feel like we got our feelings off. And Heavenly is over there saying, yeah, because, Dr. Jackie kept telling me she using me and I didn't realize it. But, now that I see it, I love Quad. She was like, I have love for Quad. Me and Quad was friends. She's still somebody that I care about, but ultimately Quad is using me. Now, I feel like Dr. Jackie, you very sneaky, Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie don't say nothing, but I feel like Dr. Jackie behind the scenes could be pulling some strings. Because Dr. Jackie had said hello 1-2 ying. And I'm sitting here saying, well, Dr. Jackie, girl, where you be at? Because Dr. Jackie brought up the fact that, the sister circle thing. Talking about she really didn't deal with us when she went down there to the sister circle. Like, and now all of a sudden this, I want to try to make things work. Like, it just don't really make sense. But Dr. Jackie, I'm watching you. I ain't like that Kamala bit you did later, and we gonna talk about it. But I'm watching you, Dr. Jackie. Anywho, Toya was like, yeah, she lied on me and my husband, called us thieves. She did this, that, and the third. Like, she really did some dirty shit. And all the girls agree that, Quad it's time for Quad to get up out of here. So Toya was like, well, what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to call her? I could call her down here. And it was like, girl, yeah, get her on the line. Let her come on down here and, we could talk to her. So that's exactly what she did. She got on the phone. She said, hey, girl, are you up? Are you dressed? Quad said, not really. She said, well, girl, go ahead on, put your something on and come carry your ass down here because we want to speak to you. Me and the original 4 plus, what the girl named Phaedra. Because Phaedra, I don't believe Phaedra should have been in on that meeting. I don't think Phaedra had anything to do with it. Nevertheless, here we are. So now Quad comes down and it looks to me as if all the girls had something written prepared. It was giving intervention vibes or something like that. I don't know. It was kind of weird. But they all put this girl in the hot seat while Toya is feeling good. Because you remember, Toya really can't stand her anyway. Toya want her gone. So they all sit down and tell her, and they like, girl, look, this is my feeling. This is my feeling. Dr. Simone said tonight was the first time we was ever able to get off the way we really feel, because typically you always bring stuff back to you. Whenever we trying to talk to you about some things that's going on or that's happened, you always bring it back to how you feel and how you were wrong, and it's not okay. Like, at some point, if there's no emotional attachment there, then we need to just cut ties, boo. And she was like, but Jackie, you don't understand, not Jackie, Lord. Simone, you don't understand that sometimes I can be hurt as well. And I'm trying to make it right with you girls. Y'all not giving me a chance. Quiet. We on season 10, girl. What you mean you trying to make it right? This don't make no sense. Then Quad holler, I was trying to make it right. I thought we was doing better since the since the resurrection. Like, that was the whole purpose of the resurrection. And from what them people said, girl, they said the resurrection went horribly. Girl, they showed that picture of her putting her hands in Toya's face. And I said, Quad, you didn't see, producers, y'all messy. Y'all didn't play that part. Y'all didn't tell us that them hoes was about to get the twist in it. Y'all know Toya don't mind a good twist. Girl, quiet. Why would you bring up the resurrection knowing all of this went down, girl? You know producers is messy. They was gonna put it back up there, girl. Come on now. So Dr. Simone was like, girl, yeah, it's not working out, Fat. The resurrection failed miserably. And at this point, we think it's best that you go ahead on, pack your bags, Fat, and get up out of here. Yeah, it's time for you to go ahead on. We want you to leave today. Matter of fact, you could take your little bath and sleep tonight, but get your ass up in the morning and get up out of here. That's what I got from Dr. Simone and the girls, and everybody was all in agreement. And look at Quiet. Me, for real? Y'all would do this to me? There you go, Quiet. I really wish you would have just got up and left. I ain't gonna lie. It would have been so much nicer if them hoes would have said whatever they had to say. You just would have been like, all right, bye, y'all. See y'all later. I would have left with some sort of dignity. But the pleading and I didn't like that, Quiet. I didn't like it at all. Like I said, Dr. Heavenly got in her confessional saying that is my friend, was my friend. I love her, still loved her, always loved her. I tried to have her back, but Quiet is using me. Now, I know to the viewer, it looks like everybody is just being so harsh and mean to Quiet. I implore you guys to go over to Carlos King's interview about her and just listen to what she said when it came to him even trying to ask her about accountability for anything. So, girl, they walked the girl out, girl. Poor Miss Tink Tink. And I'm just sitting here saying it's oh so familiar. Everybody on this show got to know they day coming, right? Like, that's what y'all do. Y'all got rid of Mariah. Y'all got rid of Anila. Y'all got rid of everybody. That's what y'all do. Like, it's just when it's your turn, it's your turn. It is what it is. Now, Quiet get in her confessional and said these girls were supposed to be her friends. She felt hurt and she got the crying. Like I said, I understand both sides. They shouldn't have did it the way they did it. They should not have. But ultimately, girl, it's par for the course. You were there when it happened to other girls. So I don't understand why we all crying and we don't understand what's going on. Everybody's confused as to, this whole process and situation as if they don't do it all the time. I mean, I'm just saying. So I felt bad for you, Quiet. But ultimately, this is where we at with it, girl. So now the next morning, Quiet gets up, pack her things. She felt played. She felt bad. She says these girls were supposed to be her friends. And the things that they did to her was so messed up. And I'm just saying, Quiet, just leave, Fat. Don't stop giving the soliloquies and the monologues and all of that, girl. Just leave, girl. Just go ahead and leave with your dignity, Fat. Now, Dr. G FaceTimes, what's that girl name? Sweet Tea. And Sweet Tea is telling him about what happened. And he tells her, you stay out of it. I know you shut up. Don't put earplugs in when them hoes get to talking about Quiet. You stay out of it. That's good because he know Quiet will eat her up. You know what I'm saying? So he telling Sweet Tea, mind your goddamn business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Let them girls handle whatever it is they got to handle. Mind your business, Sweet Tea. And I'm saying, take that advice, Sweet Tea. He trying to help you, Fat. I Toya FaceTimes Eugene and was telling Eugene what happened. And, Eugene is very happy that the girls are standing in solidarity with his wife. He said, because, ultimately, we got to be honest, y'all. Quiet has done cussed this man, Eugene, out, calling him Eugina. Y'all remember that? And called him a bitch. So I understand why them two is like, get up out of here. I can't be mad at them for feeling like that. So listen, Eugene support the hell out of Toya, man. I want a husband like Eugene. For real, he gonna support his wife regardless. I'm here for it. So now Toya gets all the girls in the room and tells them, basically get them up to date on what happened the night before. She said, a lot of y'all wasn't up there because it was just a core 4. But we basically kicked Quiet off the trip and told her carry her ass down to the house. And she won't be a part of the trip no more. She gone. That's what she told all the girls. And all the girls was like, oh, wow, we didn't know it was that deep because they didn't know she got kicked out of there. Now, Dr. Alicia, she said 3 words last episode. And in this part of the episode, she's going to say 2. She said, oh, wow. Hate on Dr. Alicia. Now, I ain't going to lie. They let you be quiet all this time for you to say what you about to say at the end of the episode. Girl, I would be fighting and windmilling on producers. But anyway, this the part that blew me, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm a realist. This the part that blew me. So now Dr. Jackie is preparing to sit with Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States. That's going down in the handbag, going to hell in the handbasket as we speak. Now, Heavenly is excited. Was like, girl, this show soror. Don't y'all be going ski-wee or whatever y'all be doing. Like, why is you nervous? This your sorority sister. Y'all went to college and everything and da. But Dr. Jackie is nervous because she said this is Madam Vice president or something like that. And I'm saying that she ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. Say what you gotta say. Now she's gonna be talking to this lady. You guys, this is why I don't like this. And Dr. Jackie, this made me look at you differently. She's going to be talking to this lady about mortality rate in black maternal mortality rate. And look at what Dr. Jackie got in her hand, a script. Now, I know a lot of y'all going to say, well, she need a script because it is the president or the vice president and they don't be wanting you to go off core and da-da-da-da-da. You know that they lying to y'all. The script ain't there so she don't go off topic or so she don't ask something that she don't want, to hear. The script is there because they control everything. She ain't gonna get no answers about no mortality rate. She's there to this is all a dog and pony show is what it is. You guys believe that a conversation with this lady, with Dr. Jackie, is gonna help anything? Then y'all are crazy. All this is for TV, dog and pony show. So when she run again, she can say, remember black women, remember y'all watch Married to Medicine. Remember I had that conversation with Dr. Jackie. I do care about black women and all of that. And y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, get your chucks and pearls. It's all a script. It's all bullshit. And Dr. Jackie, you know it because you won't even ask the real questions. But let's get into it. Now, as a medical doctor, in particular, in OBGYN for black women, Dr. Jackie knows that the questions and answers that was going back and forth, ping-ponging across this doggone, this stream right here was bullshit. If black women have a high mortality rate when it comes to maternal stuff in the hospitals, right? Why is it that the so-called Madam Vice President is over there talking about medical and Medicaid for postpartum care? What does Medicaid for postpartum, how is that going to help black women? Listen, hear me out, black women. I got to spend some time on this. The issue with black mortality rate as it pertains to maternal issues with black women in the hospitals is the fact that they don't get proper care. They are not believed when they are in pain. And also the part that they don't tell y'all is this is solely because these doctors be telling black women they need C-sections when they absolutely do not, causing them to have adverse reactions to the C-sections. And when the woman say I'm in pain and the nurse say, nah, girl, you good. And then the next thing you know, the mama unalive, it's due to the freaking C-sections. Black women, ask another black woman how many of them that had children in the last 15, 20 years. Ask how many of them have been told they needed to have C-sections or how many have been just getting C-sections because the doctor recommended it. This is why there's a high mortality rate. Dr. Jackie knows that. But this right here is a dog and pony show. Her telling people she's going to give Medicaid or for postpartum, that is not going to even touch the problem. It's not. And I'm sorry if my words aren't coming out right because I'm very passionate about this. And I feel so bad that this lady, Dr. Jackie, who y'all renowned and revere, is over here getting up here saying, oh yeah, I'm on a call with Madam Vice President. Oh, I must be doing something right. No, you're used as well, Jackie. Y'all know I'm already doing my Educational Friday. We already dealt with the doggone Sigma Pi Phi. We about to get on. We was already on the Black Boule, which Scamala would be a part. But we gonna get on these Divine Nines and how they use this puppet as well. Girl, these people plant black women. Listen to me. These people are playing in your face. They are not trying to do anything about the mortality rate in black women as it pertains to them having babies. They do not care. Black women, are you hearing me? They playing in y'all face. Giving you more Medicaid for postpartum care does not affect the fact that these women are being unalived inside the hospital before they could even go home. Listen to me. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Dr. Jackie, you a bullshit bitch. And I've always respected Dr. Jackie. I don't really like cursing out the women on Married to Medicine, but I gotta say what I gotta say. Dr. Jackie, you a bullshit bitch. And you know what you're doing. All you doing is putting another feather in your goddamn cap while black women will continue to be unalived as they go forward in the process of having babies. Black women, go get you a midwife. Stop having your babies in them doggone hospitals. Find you an old black woman who's a midwife who done delivered thousands and thousands of babies to deliver your child because this is all a part of their plan. I'm just trying to tell y'all something. Y'all don't have to believe me. It's on you. I ain't having no more churn. I'm just trying to spread the word to y'all. Keep listening to these people because y'all like them and they celebrities. Dr. Jackie, you a bullshit ass bitch. And I said what I said. You and the heifer on the other side of the camera with you. Both of y'all hold some bullshit ass bitches, and y'all are part of the problem why black women are being unalived at the hospital. Get both of y'all off of here. So now the girls are on the way to the vineyard. They going to the vineyard to Kendall Jackson because, you know, this is where Toya is doing her wine thing, you know, selling her wine. I really wish Toya do her own wine. I wish she would have did some wine like, what's his name? Like Martell did. Because Toya could really sell her own wine. Because right now, I'm here for it. Toya, do your thing. But you selling them folk wine, girl. You can have your own wine. You a connoisseur, like you said, girl. I hope that in the future, that's what you do. But anyway, they over there at the vineyard. The setting looks beautiful. And these are not wine drinking girls. That's just what it is. These are some Patron shot girls. And it just is what it is. But why Toya trying to get them on the wine kick. And Dr. Simone was like, yeah, girl, okay. So they get to talking. And the girl said there has been a weight lifted off their shoulders since they got quiet up out of there. And I said, oh, that's cold-blooded. And they even toasted and everything, child. Oh, girl, y'all... Y'all is rootless. But anyway, girl, so they toast today, you know, new friendships and all of that, and to everybody repairing and fixing things. And then here comes, what's her name? Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly apologized to Sweet Tea and said, you know, I was wrong for saying what I said about your husband, even though I say he was old and geriatric and he on his way out the door. You know, he 1 foot in and 1 foot out. She said, I want you to know that I'm sorry, Sweet Tea. I think you a sweet girl, and I think we could do so much together, and I apologize. And I say, oh, she accepted it too. So anyway, I'm looking like doggone Phaedra. Girl, what? And Phaedra, what is that throw you got across your doggone shoulder? I know it say Fendi or something, but girl, whose throw blanket you put across your shoulder, girl? It ain't that cold in California. I know it ain't. But anyway, Toya pulls her out to go into the meeting with her. She said because Phaedra is an attorney, so she would love to have an attorney with her. And she left the other girls at the table. Now, she's sitting across the table from these two clear women who run Kendall Jackson. I think one of them is like the director or something. And they get to going back and forth with ideas. And I think one of them was like tasting with Toya. And Toya said she want to do some accessories and all that stuff. Toya, do you a wine, girl. Do you a wine, I'm telling you. Now, Phaedra, first of all, I live in love for this color on Phaedra. I love it. Phaedra, you look beautiful. But Phaedra getting her confessional was like she loves being around bosses, a whole bunch of women making things happen. And she's glad that Toya pulled her into the meeting with her. She said because this is big for Toya. The girls don't respect her, but Toya said put some respect on her name. Now, back at the doggone table where these heifers should be sipping wine and learning how to hold a glass, they over there bringing out old brown liquor. Them heifers done brought flasks full of brown and white liquor. You can't take the hood out the girls. Now, come on now. But on the inside, like I said, they back and forth with ideas. And basically, Toya want to get her friends to update their taste. You know, get off the Patron and get on a little wine, child. And I'm saying, Toya, I'll tell you who you ain't gonna get. Dr. Simone, because she want her liquor. And definitely Jackie, because Jackie don't drink at all, allegedly, they said. But I will say I am proud of Toya, because Toya do get the most jokes on her. You know, everybody be acting like Toya don't do nothing. Like Phaedra said, all she do is spend her husband money, but now she doing her own thing. Shout out to Toya, man. I like Toya. Toya seemed like she a sweet girl, so I'm here for it. Shout out to Toya. So now the Schmeans go out, and guess who done reared their ugly head, bitch? Curtis. Curtis, where you been at, Curtis? Now, see, Curtis could show up for the men stuff, but he can't never show up for Curtis, where your ass been? And don't tell me the DR. You been out there too goddamn long, Curtis. Where have you been? Ain't that much business in the DR. Dr. Jackie, and you can sit there next to that nigga talking about he was an athlete. I don't care what he was. Where was he? I don't care what he was. I want to know where was he? Dr. Jackie, and you should be asking the same thing. Sitting next to that nigga after he spend your time. Girl, please. But anyways, back at the thing, Dr. Alicia husband finally get to speak. And they asking him how things going or whatever. And he said, yeah, you know, normally my wife do everything. But since she gone on this trip, it's been me with them badass churn. Now, he got a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old. He said, and normally, you know, he not used to this. His wife normally does that. And look at him with the baby. You know, he said him, you know, trying to be Mr. Mom, it's a little difficult because this ain't normally how he roll. Normally, you know, his wife, you know, he make the most money. So the wife, you know, normally take care of all of that. And so all the other men brought up how they was Mr. Moms. You had Cecil. Cecil said he took care of his churn and everybody else churn while Dr. Simone went off to work. He said and the only reason he ain't divorced her was because he ain't have time. Well, no, you didn't divorce her because where was you gonna lay your head, Dr. Cecil? My bad. I like you to see, so my bad. And then we had Eugene, you know, he been raising his churn since Toya shitted him out, you know. So it makes sense that he been Dr. Mom, or you know how that go, because that's how he roll. You know, Eugene takes care of the house. He's the housewife and the husband. So anyway, he's laughing at old boy. It was like, oh, you got a 1 and a 5-year-old, bruh. I know how I feel, bruh. Da 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 da. He was like, but it is what it is. Par for the course, my nigga. You gotta be hands on with them churn. And I'm here for it. Shout out Eugene, Dr. Eugene. So anyway, they get to talking and it brings up, they was like, oh, y'all heard they kicked quiet out the group. And I'm with Dr. Daddy Damon. Dr. Daddy Damon said, I don't be paying attention. I don't do the gossiping. And look at Eugene. Well, the gossiping, I can do it a little bit. It's just when it get too much. So they get to talking about how Quad done got kicked up out of there. And I didn't like that Dr. G and Sweet T in the doggone confessional talking about, well, I ain't mad at it. I don't like that y'all kind of celebrating a little bit. I don't like it. I don't know. Some about it just don't sit right with me with Dr. G in the doggone confessional with Sweet T over there hollering, yeah, sure did, that's them, da-da-da. I don't like that, Dr. G. You tread light, little nigga. Anyway, so they asked him how he feel about it, and he was like, you know, ultimately, my wife, I ain't want her to be in a situation where she uncomfortable. Well, nigga, why'd you come back to the show? Dr. G, why is you here, Ike? Why is you here? Why I don't understand that you even get a comment on this situation. You came back to where this lady was. Come on now. What are we doing here, people? I don't know, y'all. Something about this Dr. G having an opinion or even a comment to say on this. I don't know. It just make my back hurt a little bit. Moving on. So now, okay, back at dinner with the girls, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone, they've been married the longest. Her and Dr. Jackie too. They trying to give advice to the girls who just got married. That would be Dr. Alicia, Sweet Tea, you know, trying to tell them how to talk to their man or whatever. And this is when the producers allowed Dr. Alicia to speak. And Dr. Alicia, of all things, for them to let you say first, girl, you gonna get on here and tell us how you told your husband he wasn't no man because he not doing X, Y, and Z, or he can't fix nothing. Girl, why, Dr. Alicia? Why? All the girls is over there saying, nah, girl, you wrong for that. Why would you tell your husband he ain't no man? Now, Dr. Alicia said he was the provider. Like, what else you want him to do? Every nigga don't know how to bang no hammer. I get it because my daddy hands on. So I understand how I feel to feel like a man, you know, becomes a man. Because it does turn me on when a man can work with his hands. But come on now. We even got a picture of Dr. Alicia when she was younger. I said, oh, go ahead on. They trying to break you out, huh, fat? They trying to break you out, Dr. Alicia. But Dr. Alicia said, you know, she come from America and her husband Nigerian. She not used to that. You know, she used to men being able to do something. But Dr. Alicia, you did say you came from a single parent home. Now look at Dr. Alicia's her confessional, girl. They gave my girl a confessional and everything. Go ahead on, Dr. Alicia. Go ahead on, Alicia. Go ahead on, girl, with your confessional. It's giving Claire Huxtable. I like the little the little blazer. I like it. Okay, get on off of here, Claire. Go ahead on. Anyways, she's at the table telling him, yeah, I regret saying that. I probably shouldn't have said that. You know, I did tell my husband he wasn't no man because he didn't know how to hang a light switch or something like that. She said, so I'm sorry. Moving forward, I'm going to do better. And I regret that. And, you know, I shouldn't have said that to my husband. That is my man, you know. So I'm here for it. Now, on the flip side, girl, look at Phaedra face. Phaedra looking like, bitch, you told your husband what? But, you know, he a Nigerian. That's what she said, Phaedra. So maybe, you know, well, I ain't going to say maybe they don't know how to get them women together because I forgot on Married to Medicine. What's that girl named Nneka husband told her to shut the hell up. So they can do it when they need to. Now, Dr. Simone feels like Dr. Alicia is two-sided. One way, when she without her husband, she very boisterous. When she around her husband, she quiet as a mouse. She said her real personality is when she's not around her husband. She need to pick a side and stay there. And I'm over there too, because I'm saying, is she quiet or not? Because I ain't heard nothing from Dr. Alicia all season, girl. Now, Sweet Tea is trying to get tips as well for her and her marriage. And then she turns to Phaedra and say, hey, Faye, where your boyfriend at, bitch? I thought you had Dr. O, whatever his name was. Where is he at, bitch? We ain't seen high, low in him. We ain't seen that nigga since that nigga seen you. Where is the nigga at, or whatever? And this is a picture of her and the so-called Dr. O. Girl, I don't care what none of y'all say. Phaedra and found somebody in scrubs coming out the hospital and say, hey, can you take this picture with me? I'm gonna block your face out. I just need to put it on the doggone thing. And the man say, all right, go ahead. Make sure you don't show too much because I don't want my wife to see it and think we together. You know, that's what it's giving. Girl, Phaedra was never with that man. Phaedra is a pathological liar. Phaedra was never with no Dr. O, girl. Y'all got to be strong. Y'all got to be strong. Now, Phaedra, they asked her where her man was, and she said, oh, yeah, we broke up. Look at Phaedra. Phaedra, you know when you lie, it's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Girl, we could see it, Faye. You wasn't never with no man, girl. That was no doctor. I don't care what none of them say. You wasn't never with that nigga. Anyway, this was the end of the episode. What do y'all think about this? Was Quad done wrong? Are the girls too harsh? Like, what do y'all think about this? And why is Phaedra still lying about this man that don't even exist, girl? I don't know. Either way, drop down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all platforms. And I'll see y'all hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.